Well, hello everyone, this is the Jam Channel, and of course, I am dressed up for this lovely holiday of Halloween. They don't have many costumes for Jam Jars, so of course I had to pick a superhero costume, which is weird because I thought there'd be more, but that's neither here nor there. Now, I was wondering today what I was going to do for this episode of the Jam Man, and then I figured, you know what, let's do a top 13. And why 13? Well, personally, I just think it sounds more spooky. And I had to wonder what was I gonna do it about. And then it hit me. Recently, well, in the past years, I've been reading a lot of zombie survival books. That's more out of curiosity and pure boredom because I love the medium. But then it just dawned on me, what would I do at top 13? So that's what we're doing today. So yeah, I am gonna bring up what I think is important tips for the survival of humanity and yourself. And well, let's face it, we're all low-key hoping for it at this point, just to basically for something new. Let's be honest. I think there's actually a form out there where people are basically hoping for it or praying for it. Anyway, let's get on with number 13. These are going to be ranked to what I think is least important to most important, but they are still good tips. So let's go with number 13. Hey, sorry to disrupt the flow, but I forgot to put this in and I had to put it in before the upload. Basically, we're just talking about the slow zombies. I just want to make that clear because if we have to talk about the different type of zombies, we'll be here all day. And trust me, there's a lot of them. It's weird. It's crazy. So, nope, the slow zombies today. And no, this does not count the zombies you see at Walmart. For number 13, I thought we could start off with something nice and simple. How about the fact you need to take care of yourself? That's right, we're going to be talking about personal hygiene. Because here's something that a lot of books don't mention. You're going to have to brush and floss daily still. Just because the zombie apocalypse has happened does not mean you can miss out on your oral hygiene habits. And I mean this. You cannot get a dentist easily while the zombie apocalypse is happening. So unless you want to apply a method of yanking teeth out of your mouth, you're going to have to take care of yourself. And also that means also occasionally take washing. I know water will probably be scarce, but this still matters. Because, trust me, the zombies may not smell you, but your teammates will. They will get sick of it and then toss you out. Or the raiders will smell you and then have happy fun time with you. I do not know what that may consist of, and I do not want to imagine it. So please, take care of yourself. The end of the world does not mean that you stop caring for yourself. That being said, that also doesn't give you an excuse to still be one of those people that take an hour in the morning to put on makeup. Unless it's wall makeup and it's for some weird ass reason, it does not matter. So please, take care of yourself and be realistic. Alright, let's go on to the next one then. Okay, so this one it may be a bit foreign to some people, but you're going to have to go to the local library. I do not care if you don't care much for the physical medium of books. You're going to have to pick some up that are about survival in the wild, because you're probably going to be in the wild for a while until society gets itself back together. That will mean you will have to start reading the book. No, Kindle does not count because I'm pretty sure internet providers survive the post-apocalypse. That means grab books, start reading. Also, you can use them as for fire or to pelt the zombies in the head with. Seriously, I've seen some books that are hard enough that if you hit someone in the head with, they're gonna crack the skull. Alright, let's get to the next point. Okay, something I see people also forgetting is that you're gonna have to position stuff in such a way that you can just get up and go when the time is right. Do not leave things all spread out and a mess, because eventually the zombies will break through your barricades. They're gonna get to you and you can't grab every little thing as you try to run away. This means that you've lost supplies essentially. Now I know obviously you can't plan for this stuff while you're basically sitting there and it's like, oh yes, the zombies will attack us at 12:15. Never at 12 because that'd be rude. No, you're just gonna have to package and spread out things in such a way that you can just easily scoop it up, put it in your bag and leg it. Because eventually they'll break through and as I said before, you don't have time, so you better run. Okay, for the next one, we're going to get into the good stuff. Okay, finally we can talk about some of the more real stuff. So, first of all, vehicles. Now, I know they sound like a great idea, but here's the thing you need to imagine. When everyone's trying to escape one area, they're all going to take a vehicle. And depending on the area you are, it's going to be like one big traffic jam that you're not going to drive by, you're not going to get by, and even a motorcycle won't be able to pass through. So while they are great for some reasons, they're not the be-all end-all. Also, you're forgetting that eventually they will run out of gas, and gas is a finite material like many things. So of course, this means that you're not always going to have it. And eventually the vehicle will just be a big hunk of metal, which you could, if you know how to, turn into armor, but I'm doubting that many people actually know how to do that. So what I would actually recommend is just one of those foldaway bikes. It's easy to carry, you can just cycle away, and it doesn't take any gas. It takes energy, and I'm not disproving the fact of using vehicles, I'm just saying, pros and cons, people. It's kind of awkward when you're stuck in the middle of the road, and zombies are coming and you don't have any gas. I mean, it's not like you can just go to the zombie and ask for like a gallon or something. So yeah, pretty awkward. Okay, so zombies are here, so now you're gonna have to protect yourself. So go into the closet or kitchen and go bring out a weapon. This could be a golf club or a baseball bat or whatever else that you think could be used as a decent weapon. I mean, hey, selfie sticks may actually become useful for one. So I don't really want to talk about defending yourself. I mean, that's pretty obvious. You're going to have to do that. I'm here to talk to you about the fact you're going to have to know your weapon. Okay, so I'm going to just anger a bunch of people at once, but I'm going to have to say this. Do not use fire. Fire is not your friend. I'm pretty sure there's a bear out there that tells you to not stop fires or something. I don't know. Do not use fire. Because here's the problem, and a lot of people think, oh, you can use fire on zombies. Okay, so yeah, they will burn the flesh, and it will burn them, but here's the thing, they don't feel pain. And the thing about flamethrowers and a lot of fire projectiles is that's what stops the person, the pain. So they don't feel pain, they don't asphyxiate, and they keep coming. Now you got a flaming zombie on your tail, who's also going to burn up the local buildings where you might be seated. So yeah, you've just made the problem 10 times worse. And here's a bonus, you now have to smell burning flesh, which I may not have experienced it, but I'm heard it's pretty bad. Thankfully, the Jamman does not have a nose. Then we have guns. Okay, so guns take bullets, which we all know, but what happens when you run out of that supply? Yeah, you see the problem. This isn't like some weird zombie game where you can always find bullets nearby. In some areas, that's pretty non-existent due to how some governments are more strict than others. So you may be stuck. So if you do get a weapon like that, make sure to use it only when necessary. You also have the problem of Mr. Raider stealing your gun, turning on you, and shooting you. So yeah, there's also that problem. Or even your grip. We haven't talked about that yet, but we will talk about that in a bit. Anyway, so now we can move on to the blunt and bladed weapons. So for convenience, let's make this simple. Golf clubs, unless it's a really good one, probably won't crack a human skull. It would probably hurt them, but the amount of force that would be needed would probably also bend the metal. So you'll probably be off to something that's a lot more stable. And also, that replica katana that I know some people have, that won't do diddly, because those are just replicas, and there's a swing or two and you're probably going to set at the thing. So like I say, kitchen knives, simple blade weapons, get good quality stuff. It's Apocalypse. We don't need to ship out. We can go steal it or something. I don't know. It's Apocalypse. I don't care anymore. Okay, that's my quick overview of weapons. I'm not going too detailed in this because, like I say, I want to keep this somewhat short so that people can watch this and just have a laugh and enjoy it. So let's move on to the next. Okay, so now finally we can talk about the food. So here's the fact. You're gonna starve some days. If you were wanting to do a New Year's resolution where you go on a diet and stick with it, well, good news, the populists have helped you with that. You're not gonna eat some days. The human body takes approximately 2,000 calories to survive, day by day. Well, that's what you need to maintain. Well, unfortunately, because you're going to be running around and doing all this exercise, running and jumping and fighting zombies, you're going to be losing more weight, or you're going to be losing more calories. So you might get skinnier, which, diet people, yay. So first of all, you're going to need comfort, a lot of it. Yeah, you know the smell of bad food. And perishables, you're going to eat, well, you're going to have to eat soon because it's eventually going to go rotten. So stack up. And of course, supermarkets may seem like the first place to go, but everyone's going to run over so to grab that. So you may just have to hit the local smaller stores or basically scavenge. And remember when I told you to go get that survival book earlier? Well, good news. Now that you have it, you know how to hunt. get hunting. Also, I would just like to mention quickly before we move on to the next point, the jam jars are mine, folks. I have claimed universal law on all jam jars and jam. If anyone tries to touch it, and yes, I am looking at you few who are thinking it, I know where you live, I will shank you. Do not think I won't. In the apocalypse, I will shank anyone who goes near the jam section. That is mine. I am the jam man. I am a jam jar. I literally sustain myself on the stuff. And I will be known as the jammy shanker. Anyway, let's move on to the next point. Okay, I keep this one simple because it sounds very obvious. You're gonna have to get first aid kits and basically learn how to do first aid. You're gonna have to take care of yourself and your friends. That means you're gonna have to learn what pills do and do not pop them like you think, oh, well, the government's not here, they won't care. Because trust me, they put those warnings on for a reason. So be careful, and for heaven's sake, do not think this is an excuse to start experimenting with dead zombies and learning out the cause of them. Because unless you're a scientist and you know what you're doing, well, guess what? You're just getting dumbs all over yourself, and you're going to make a fool of yourself. And maybe even create the next wave of zombies, but 10 times worse, I don't know. Fun fact, that's actually one of the reasons why I was forbidden from learning chemistry from some of my friends. Because they know I would be that one idiot who will make zombies but worse. So yeah, that's why I'm banned. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Okay, I'm definitely gonna get hate for this one, but I have to mention it. You are not some main character of a movie or something. You are a normal person. This means you have to play by normal people rules. This means do not try to be a hero and thinking that you're just gonna survive. You can be a good person, you can try to look out for others, but understand you can't just grab a knife, jump in a swarm of zombies and think that you're gonna survive. It does not work this way. This is, in this hypothetical situation, this is real life. And trust me, by real life rules, you're gonna die. So yeah, I do not care how good you are on these zombie games online, that is not transferable to real life skills. It is fun to play them, but realistically, you will not survive that easily. Unless you actually had some real training. And by training, I mean by the army, by the police force, that kind of stuff. Or even martial arts, even though I'm pretty sure being able just to punch the zombies won't kill them. But, you know, it'd be a good last resort. Alright, let's move on to the next section before I get flooded with hate comments. So yeah, I would also like to mention that they do not tire. They're zombies, they're dead. I'm pretty sure I've never watched a movie where a zombie's just like sitting with his hands on his knees going like, alright mate, I need to catch my breath. They're dead. They're gonna keep moving and keep walking. That means you're gonna have to run and walk with the knowledge that, well, they're gonna keep coming. And that's why slow zombies are still dangerous. They just keep moving. So if you have to, put yourself in a position where they can't get to you easily and catch your breath. That means you may even have to climb a building or something. Trust me, it's either that or you're gonna get your giblets bitten. So choose your battles, I say. Alright, let's move on to the next one. I just want to make that quick point. Okay, so you're gonna have to be facing Coats and Raiders soon. So yeah, try to avoid them, learn where they are, and just give them a wide berth. Trust me, you do not need that pressure on your back. There's gonna be at least probably 100 there, or I don't know how many, but let's just say a good amount. I could even say 50. And they're going to be loyal to the leader because he's probably feeding them and everything. And if you get fed, people are happy to throw away their lives. I mean, if anyone gives me a jam jar, I'm ready to jump into the fight pit for the jam god. So yeah, avoid them. You could join them, but that usually ends bad. Also, you could try to join them just to escape, but I'm also warning you that could also end bad. So you do you. I'm just saying, do not do it. Do not join them. And Raiders, shoot. Yeah, I'm not even hiding this one. If you have to basically get him across the radar and he's not letting you go, just kill him. I know people would say, oh, murder's bad. Well, guess what? This is not popular. It's kill or be killed. And trust me, he will kill you soon if you do not be careful. So yeah, so basically go for the head like a zombie, but this time it's a human and they're going to do a lot more screaming. But remember that their screams will also let other zombies, so make sure to be quiet enough. Okay, I admit, I wrote the script like a week ago. I had a look at what I wrote, and when I got to this point, I just had to sigh. Not because I am annoyed with what I wrote, but because I know that I'm gonna have to say this through because there's gonna be someone out there who's gonna break this rule and it's gonna make everything worse. So yeah, I saved this for higher persistent because this is way more important in my opinion. Do not get freaky with the zombies. I do not care. I do not care how alone you are. I do not care if she was your ex-wife or she was your wife. Do not get freaky with the zombies that will have so many diseases. It is wrong. And also, if you somehow impregnate the damn thing or it impregnates you, I do not want to imagine how. Well, guess what? We now have zombie babies, which is probably way worse. So yeah, do not get freaky with them. I can't believe I have to say this. It is disgusting, but I know for a fact there's forms out there of people who will want this to happen and will try to make this happen. So no, I do not kick shame, but this is a definite no. Okay, let's move on to the next part. So you're gonna need to find yourself a group. This could be friends and family, some people who you trust and you know that you can rely on. This also means that you're gonna have to be keeping an eye on people who just entered the group and you don't exactly trust. Because in case they backstab you, because yeah, even in the apocalypse, betrayal is a thing. It's not like those movies or shows where everything's romantic size. Trust me, you're gonna have to keep your eye open on this. Also, I have to mention this, but if someone's crazy, they're probably crazy, so don't invite them in the group and just throw them to the zombies so that they can just at least give you 10 minutes of freedom. This ain't screwed? Well, guess what? This is the apocalypse. You're screwed. Alright, let's go on to the next one then. Okay, last point, but still a good point. You're gonna have to think of this whole recruitment process of including people in your group or looking at people in your group as an interview. You're gonna have to learn their strengths and weaknesses, what they're good at and what they're bad at. That means the 200-pound person who is probably not ever run in their life is probably not going to be a good runner, so you might as well find someone who's more athletic. Of course, the jobs are going to have to be doled out evenly. I mean, hell, this is still meant to be fair, but you're not gonna obviously pick someone who's ill-equipped for the job. Some people may, and that will end horribly, and of course you should always be learning more and more skills and improving and helping your party or group. But yeah, just wanted to mention that one. And that was my top 13. I hope everyone enjoyed the video, and I hope I gave some good tips. This is just really me more getting into the Halloween mood and enjoying myself. If you want me to do top 10 videos or anything like that, please let me know. And of course, I highly doubt a zombie apocalypse will happen, but you know, there's always going to be that one person who will hope it does happen. Anyway, happy Halloween, and I will see you guys later. Bye.